we brought them to our land. An endless night, ember hot and icy cold. The rage of the earth. We made this curse. Carved it in the blood on our backs. We did not see. We could not, but she did. And in the end...
What will I become?
Senua's Saga. Hellblade 2.
Play it now with Game Pass.
Warning. The following podcast, which contains strong language and mature content, is unsuitable for children or for the faint of heart. The subject matter discussed will be frightening and graphic in nature. Listener discretion is advised.
Spooked girls. Spooked girls.
When you wanna hear about the paranormal, you get the Spooked Girls. True crime that makes you hypothermal. With the 3 Spooked Girls. Stabby snippets will give you dreams. Tara and Jessica will make you scream along with the Spooked Girls. Bring on the slaughter. We on that haunted ground. The 3 Spooked Girls.
Hey patrons, and welcome to this month's All Tier episode. My name is Tara, and as always, I am here with Jessica.
Hello, patrons. Please note that I have kittens, so if you hear a random meow, there's nothing I can do. They're psycho, but I love them.
It's the newest family members.
They are laying at my feet. The new term I've come up with is they're Andy and Ollieing it. They're obsessed with one another.
Aw. All right, well, for today's, I guess, theme of the episode or the topic, I don't know, it's kind of both. So we're going to talk about some summer slashers or, according to this article, summer horror movies to keep you screaming all season long.
Like it. I like it.
Right. All right. So, of course, they're going to start with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original. This came out in 1974, and it says, this violent horror film might leave you reconsidering your next cross-country road trip. Oh, well, I'm glad I've already done that, but obviously I've seen this movie. When 2 siblings and a handful of their friends travel to see their grandfather's grave in Texas, their excursion takes a dark turn when they come across a house of a family of psychopathic cannibals. I think we all kind of know what this movie's about, but I'm still going to read this, so enjoy. Now known as one of the OG slasher flicks and one of the best, most influential horror movies ever, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was once considered so violent it was banned in several countries. Really? Interesting. That makes me wonder if, Evil Dead and stuff like that were banned in other countries. Oh, this is a throwback for us, because we talked about The Case, and I think this movie. The Town That Dreaded Sundown.
Oh,
1976.
Yeah. Texarkana.
Yeah, been a minute, damn. Based on one of America's most baffling murder cases, The Town That Dreaded Sundown follows a hooded serial killer who terrorized a border city in Arkansas in the summer of 1946, starting with the violent night attack of a young couple on Lover's Lane. While this horror movie took a few minor artistic liberties on that summer horror, the details were close enough to reality that the fabricated facts had become part of the folklore in Texarkana, the location where the movie is set. That's kind of funny. I was actually thinking about that case the other day, just randomly. I don't even know why.
It's a weird case.
Right? It definitely is. The Hills Have Eyes. I think I watched this once and I was like, I am done with that shit. Just saying.
I don't know if I've ever watched the whole thing.
Yeah. So if you're interested, the original came out in 1977. And if you're unfamiliar, The Hills Have Eyes tell the story of a road trip gone very, very wrong when a suburban family's car breaks down and they're stranded in the Nevada desert. They soon discover they're the target of a family of violent cannibals. This Wes Craven cult classic has spawned a franchise including one direct sequel, an unofficial 3rd film, and 2 remakes. I think I saw the remake. I don't think I saw the original.
I don't think I've seen any of them all the way through.
Yeah.
But the reason I was laughing, this friend that Tara and I know, or I should say my friend and this person that Tara knows, has the porn version of that. The Hills Have Thighs.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't know why, but that popped into my head. I was like, oh my God.
That's gross.
Right? I was like, why? Why
No,
would
thank
you
you.
do that?
Aw, a fan fave. Next is Friday the 13th, of course, because you cannot have this list without that. Few horror films are considered as iconic as Friday the 13th, facts. And it's the perfect pick for the summer movie season. Years after Camp Crystal Lake is closed down due to a grisly double murder and another tragic death, a group of counselors attempt to reopen it, but they can't escape its dark past as the teens are stalked and murdered one by one. Though the film was criticized for its gore and violence, it's been credited for initiating the subgenre of slasher film and spawned 10 sequels. Yeah, that and Halloween. Oh my God. So fucking many.
Mm-hmm. And we know how Halloween goes down. It's not an easy pathway.
Oh, I've not watched this one. So the next one is The Burning. This came out in 1981.
I've never heard of it.
The Burning is another horror flick that's perfect for a scary summer night. After the caretaker of a campground is horrifically burned at a prank gone wrong, he continues to lurk on the property, hell-bent on making the pranksters pay for what they did to him. The film is based on the New York urban legend of Cropsey, and while it didn't receive much attention when it was released in theaters, it's since become a cult classic.
Okay, did we actually do the Cropsey episode, or did we just try really hard and gave up?
I don't know.
I think it was we tried really hard and gave up.
I mean, maybe? I don't know. I don't remember. Maybe it was a live stream?
Maybe. I just remember you and I struggled doing the research for it.
It took us a few times, yeah. I just don't know whatever happened with whatever research we had.
People will be like, oh, what's your favorite episode? And it's I only remember the big ones.
Yeah, we have I think we have over 400 out.
Almost 450 on the
Some
main
nuts.
feed?
Craziness, guys. All right, moving on along. We got another cult classic, Evil Dead, which OG one. It came out in 1981. The Evil Dead, a horror movie that follows 5 students who visit an isolated cabin in the woods, where they find a mysterious audio tape that releases flesh-possessing demonic entities. The critical response was largely positive, with the LA Times calling it an instant classic. Surprisingly, the film and its 2 sequels are considered one of the largest cult horror film trilogies in history. I don't think that's really a surprise.
It's kind of hard because there's so many cult horror movie trilogies.
Yeah, I think it just kind of comes down to what's your jam? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this next one, I have not watched it, and I am planning to, because I think it's on HBO, maybe? I don't know where it is. It's somewhere. So, Sleepaway Camp from 1983.
Oh.
Yes. When a young traumatized girl is sent away to summer camp with her cousin, the camp becomes the site of a series of murders that seem to target anyone with less than honorable intentions. Okay, so don't be a shitbag and you'll live. Got it.
I like the rules of this one.
Right. Sleepaway Camp is often compared to Friday the 13th, with the news press calling it a shockingly good slasher film, if you use the relatively fine first Friday the 13th as a measuring stick, and applauding its creativity and plot twists. Ooh. Now we're jumping to the 90s with this one. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
That's a good one.
I actually have not watched this movie in a very long time.
I'm going to say it's been since the early aughts.
Yeah. It's been on stuff and I always look at it and it might even be on my freaking list, but I don't know. I just haven't watched it. But it's not bad, I don't think. I'm pretty sure it's obviously these people think it's a good movie, but...
Oh, I like that movie.
Yeah, I don't remember very much of it. So, in I Know What You Did Last Summer, some of the 90s hottest young actors, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Ryan Phillippe, and Freddie Prinze Jr., play 4 friends who are on the way to a beach town for a summer vacation, accidentally hitting a pedestrian with their car. The friends dispose of the body and make a pact to never speak of it again, but their past comes back to haunt them 1 year later when they're stalked by a hook-wielding killer. Oh, I've never heard of this one either. It's called Campfire Tales. It came out in 1997. Ooh. If you love a good scary story, this just might be the one for you. This anthology horror film revolves around a group of friends who, after crashing their car in the woods, decide to pass the time by building a campfire and taking turns telling stories, including the infamous urban legend The Hook. And John Kenneth Muir wrote, Campfire Tales is a modest but enjoyable effort. The stories don't try to do too much and don't rely on special effects. Oh, so it's like Are You Afraid of the Dark, kinda.
Kinda. Oh my God, it has like, I know all of these people in this.
That's so great. Oh my gosh, yes, I love this next one. So this next one is Cabin Fever. It came out in 2002, and I was 11 years old, and it fucking made me so scared to shave my legs for the longest time.
I've actually never seen it, this movie.
Oh, you gotta watch it. I'm not gonna say more than that then. So, when 5 college graduates take a camping trip to a cabin in the woods, they begin to fall victim to a flesh-eating virus and soon find themselves the target of the homicidal locals. According to Rotten Tomatoes, more gory than scary, Cabin Fever is satisfied with paying homage to the genre conventions rather than reinventing them. The film has since had a sequel, prequel, and remake. Oh, and Sean from Boy Meets World is in it.
I was gonna say, I remember like Strider's thing, or whatever his name, Ryder Strong.
Ooh, this is a good one. So Hostel, 2005. You didn't like that movie?
I hated that movie. My friend made me watch it, and I was like, so mad.
It's a lot, but you know.
It was.
I get why it's on this list because they go on vacation, obviously. Okay, so in the first installment of Hostel, which is a trilogy, it said it made waves with its controversial depiction of Slovakia and its use of the Holocaust iconography. It's no surprise that the premise is also edgy, where 3 backpackers head to a Slavic city in hopes that it will fulfill their fantasies. Instead, they find themselves the target of a mysterious organization's torture fantasies. This film will make you think twice about spending your summer vacation in a tourist trap. Yeah, bitch, it will.
It made me think about staying in hostels, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. This one I haven't watched either. Wolf Creek, 2005. So, like Hostel, Wolf Creek revolves around 3 backpackers, but the horror they endure is a little different. When they get stranded in Australia, they're kidnapped and subsequently hunted by a psychopathic killer. While the film claims to be based on true events, it's only loosely inspired by murders of backpackers by Ivan Milat and Bradley Murdoch.
Some critics loosely based on.
I mean, you know. Some critics praise the film for its straightforward depiction of violence, while others say it is too much.
I'm looking at pictures of it, and it might be that bad. But they made sequels.
Well, I feel like they started having to describe some movies as, like, loosely based on because, like, you know, I feel like around that time there was a lot of based on true events. I mean, fucking Lifetime, come on. But you know what I mean? People were probably getting sued, so. Oh, another one that's new to me, and it has Olivia Wilde in it, and Joshua Duhamel, and I don't know who that other person is. Turistas follows a lot of backpackers, 3 Americans backpacking in Brazil who stumble upon an illegal organ harvesting ring. Oh my God. Take advantage of the success of 2005's Hostel with a similar plot. The film is about the horror of the unknown experience while vacationing and the exploitation caused by capitalism.
Dun, dun, dun. I don't know, the way you read that just was very dun 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 for me.
All right, our next one, we're going to go up a couple years, is Death Proof, 2007.
I feel like I've heard of this one.
Maybe. So this has Zoe Bell, who is Uma Thurman's stunt double in the Kill Bill series. So in this Quentin Tarantino directed scary movie, 2 separate sets of women are stalked by a stuntman who stages murderous car accidents using death-proof stunt cars. According to Tarantino's other films, Death Proof gets little recognition, with The Guardian's Peter Bradshaw claiming Tarantino's twisted genius is there for all to see. But it must now be admitted, all too briefly. Even Tarantino admits that it may be the worst film he ever made.
Kurt Russell's in it.
That's fun.
I think he's the stuntman.
Oh.
The movie poster for this movie is wild. There's a chick with a face melted off. There's a chick like squatting like catcher style, but like with an aggressive look on her face. It's very confusing. I can understand why he thinks this is a weird movie. Like, it was his worst movie.
I mean, you gotta rank them. There's gonna be one that's, like, your least favorite.
That's true.
You know?
There's always one.
All right. Funny Games, 2007. Funny Games follows a middle-class family who goes on vacation to a cabin in the woods where they meet two young men who capture and force them to take part in their sadistic games in order to stay alive. This is actually a shot-for-shot English remake of the 1997 Austrian film of the same name, using the same director, set, and even props from the original. It received mixed reviews with Rotten Tomatoes consensus reading. Though made with great skill, Funny Games is nevertheless a sadistic exercise in chastising the audience. That's kind of interesting that they used like all the same stuff. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, Eden Lake, which released in 2008. This is a British slasher movie. Ooh.
This one sounds familiar to me. I don't know why.
This film centers around a young couple who go on a romantic weekend getaway where their paths cross with a terrifying gang of delinquents. Oh, scary. Sound like a fucking old person. The film, which is considered to be a subgenre called hoodie horror, reflected Britain's concerns of social decay due to what some politicians call moral collapse. The Guardian's Peter Bradshaw called it exceptionally well made, ruthlessly extreme, and relentlessly upsetting.
I love that last one. Relentlessly upsetting.
Right.
I have a new thing.
There was like a movie that was like this couple went on a honeymoon and then shit like this happened, I think.
I really want to know what hoodie horror is.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. Spirit Camp 2009. When the resident goth girl is forced to attend a cheerleading camp as a part of her junior delinquent rehab program, she immediately clashes with the popular girls. Go figure. When members of the Spirit Squad start showing up dead, she must team up with her cheerleading rivals in an effort to make it out alive. Oh, God. It looks very, very B-horror.
Oh, for sure.
Love it. Straw Dogs. I think I've seen this, but I don't really remember it. When a Los Angeles screenwriter and his wife relocate to the Deep South, tensions grow between them and the locals. While some critics believe this remake was inferior to the original and controversially violent, the 1971 film...
The James What's-His-Face in this movie? He's in a lot of horror movies, I just realized.
Yes. Oh, so they got the remake of Cabin in the Woods. It came out in 2011. Oh, no. Cabin in the Woods is different. I was thinking Cabin Fever. Sorry, my bad. This has Thor in it. So this is a good one. This is a good movie too. I actually really like this movie. I'm just really tired, guys. Sorry. It's late. I'm sleepy. Okay. This horror comedy takes aim at some of your favorite summer horror movies, but that doesn't mean it doesn't hold up well on its own too. The film follows a group of 5 college students who retreat to an isolated forest cabin where they're unaware that they're not only being watched, but subtly controlled. The film was met with positive reviews. The Cabin in the Woods has been constructed for almost as a puzzle for horror fans to solve. Which conventions are being toyed with? Which authors and films are being referred to? Is the film itself an act of criticism? Well, I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but I did like the twist in that movie. Oh, yay, a movie about STDs. Or STIs, excuse me. It follows 2014. After sleeping with her date for the first time, a young woman named Jay is followed by a supernatural entity that wants to kill her. There's only one way to rid herself of the curse: have sex with someone else and pass it on to them.
What?
It Follows received universal acclaim with Tim Roby of Daily Telegraph writing, with its marvelously suggestive title and thought-provoking exploration of sex, this indie chiller is a contemporary horror fan's dream come true. So yeah, basically the movie's a whole metaphor for spreading STIs.
It's like slut-shaming, but through the horror way of it.
I don't know if I'd have to rewatch it because I watched it when it came out and that's it. But I don't think it was like slut shaming. I don't know.
No, it's like one of those like things where it's like, oh, if you have sex, bad things will happen to you. Like it's like that kind of a commentary.
I mean, have you watched the movie?
No.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's really like that, to be honest with you. It might be. Oh my God, you know what it makes me think of when you said that though is the PE teacher from Mean Girls. You will get pregnant and die.
I had a boss a few years ago who was very promiscuous, is the word we use for him. And that was his caller ID photo.
That's hella funny.
When he would be like being inappropriate, I would send him that meme.
That's great. Oh, summer camp. And I just randomly want to watch all the slashers that are summer camp ones. So like, I'm here for this. So this one came out in 2015. It says, beware. This summer horror movie might hit a little close to home. When 4 Americans travel to Europe, ooh, how original, to become camp counselors, they must deal with an outbreak of a mysterious, rage-inducing plague that starts in the animals. Despite its mixed reviews, Zena Dixon of Dread Central wrote that the film was the definition of unpredictability, bringing great laughs, hot bodies, and maybe viruses and death.
Sorry, maybe? We're not
Maybe
quite
viruses?
Sure. It's out there.
Not sure.
I like that these American college student type people went to Europe to be camp counselors. Like,
Right.
there's not camps in the U.S.
I mean, maybe they wanted to travel. So
That makes sense. Oh, it's Elena.
Okay, I feel like this next one is one I have thought I watched, but then didn't. And every time it came up, I just was like, oh, I've already seen that. And just kidding. No, I freaking haven't.
I love that. You're like, I'm pretty sure I've watched it several times.
Okay, so this one is The Final Girls from 2015. Of course, it has Elena from Vampire Diaries. And then it has that blonde chick from American Horror Story, like
Like half of
season 1,
them.
the
Yeah.
daughter of the
Yeah.
therapist. I can't remember her name right now. And I recognize the guy in this picture, but I don't remember what his name is.
He's in like a lot of like comedy movies as like a background character.
Yeah. In the midst of processing her grief, the daughter of a late famous scream queen from the 80s finds herself pulled into the world of her mother's most popular movie, a slasher film called Camp Bloodbath. Ooh, Adam Devine's also in this. This summer horror comedy was met with generally positive reviews. The Rotten Tomatoes consensus states the film offers an affectionate nod to slasher tropes while adding a surprise layer of genuine emotion to go with the meta amusement. Oh, it might
I
not be
like
too
that.
bad. Yeah.
I like when I know not everyone likes what is it the third Scream, like everyone hates the third Scream, but I like it because it's like a thriller movie inside of a thriller movie.
Right. Oh, It Chapter 1, the 2017 one's on this list, so we can skip that. Bye. If you want to watch that again, go for it. It creeps me out.
No, thank you. I'm fine.
I'm like, going.
I mean, you did name your dog after a character in that movie.
Georgie, yes. All right, so we're going to do 3 more, guys, and then that will be it for this episode. Okay, so the next one is The Dead Don't Die. This came out in 2019, and Selena Gomez is in it. This zom-com has just about everything you need. Laughs, the undead, and yes, even Bill fucking Murray. So, he's the police chief, apparently, of a small town that has found itself as a target of a zombie invasion. How did I never hear of this movie?
You know what? I feel like I've seen Selena Gomez and Bill Murray do press together, but I just kind of thought like maybe they were at the same award show.
Yeah. But despite the film's promise and its star-studded cast, the film received mixed reviews and seemed to focus more on the comedy aspects than the horror. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Just saying.
That's my kind of horror
Hello,
movie.
Zombieland.
Which I was like, Bill Murray was in Zombieland.
Yes. With Pop Matters writing, it's a curious film, one that acknowledges the end of the world blatantly without once forgetting to be steadfastly, almost dementedly silly. I
They
mean,
were watching this when I come visit you.
yes, we have to find where that's on. Oh my God. Okay, this was a pretty good one. I watched this one. So the next one is Ma. It came out in 2019. Octavia Spencer is in it. A group of teenagers befriend a lonely middle-aged woman when she offers to let them party in her basement. It seems like a sweet deal until unsettling things begin to happen and the teens begin to wonder if their host has less than pure intentions. Director Tate Taylor came up with the idea for the movie when he decided he wanted to make, quote, something fucked up.
I love that. I want to make something fucked up. I got it.
Right. Hey, he was honest, so gotta love it. And his longtime collaborator, Octavia Spencer, expressed her desire to break away from the usual roles she played, though the film ultimately received mixed reviews. I mean, it wasn't a bad movie. It was pretty good, and I love her, so, you know.
Oh, I love her. She's so...
Right?
I don't think there's a movie that she's been in that I haven't liked.
For real. Oh, okay. Actually, just kidding. There's a couple more. Okay, Us came out in 2019. It's a Jordan Peele movie. It was good. Guys gotta watch it if you somehow have not. When a family travels to a beach house for a much-needed vacation, They are soon terrorized by a group of doppelgangers who appear to want to commandeer their lives. Jordan Peele's sophomore horror thriller film, Us, was met with both box office and critical acclaim, with Monica Castillo writing that the movie is another thrilling exploration of the past and oppression this country is still too afraid to bring up. I really liked that movie. It was good.
Jordan Peele is amazing.
Fuck yeah. I still need to watch Nope. I haven't had the time. And then I forgot about that until this very moment. Okay, Midsummer. I don't know if I really need to explain this, but like, if you have not watched this movie, first of all, we did a Patreon episode recapping this, I believe.
And then I think we also we put it on the main feed.
Yes, so it's out there in the interweb somewhere. Definitely listen to it. Great movie. Love this movie. I make so many people watch it when they tell me they have not seen it. It's so good. Just watch it.
And I love the actress.
Yeah, Florence is great. All right. And then the very last one on the list is Resort, which came out in 2021. And this is kind of very similar to a lot of other movies we've talked. It's that trope of a group of friends on a vacation in Hawaii wander off the beaten path in order to explore an abandoned resort that's said to be haunted. Oh, that's cool. There's ghosties in this? The hotel is the site of the urban legend about the half-face girl. No, bye. At first, the outing seems like a fun experience, but the group becomes trapped at the site overnight and adventure gives way to sheer terror. Okay.
I don't know what half of her face.
Right. And I know I was talking shit, but I'm like, okay, that actually sounds interesting. So I need to watch that.
I just need to know, I don't know if I want to watch it because it sounds like something that will not let me sleep. But when you watch it, will you tell me what half of the face?
Yes, I will.
This is how our friendship works, guys.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, y'all. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap this month's All Tier episode up. We hope you enjoyed. If you have favorite summer slashers or horror movies you like to watch in the summer specifically, let us know. I always want to add shit to my list, so that would be great. But with that, we're going to go ahead and sign off, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.